Hi, it's John from S&T Volvo. In this video demonstration, just want to go over the various information on the display, what we're seeing, and also how we can configure or customize the screen to your preference. So to begin with, we're in the plan view or the overhead view. This is where we can see various feature lines of the design, where the surface is, how it's positioned, what it looks like. That can be customized. At the bottom we have this green bar. This indicates some of the information relevant to the surface and also system status. So green means we're good GPS. If you see it's red for any reason, it could be GPS quality, could be no coordinate system selected. If you think of it as a traffic light, green's good, red's stop, so it's not so good. Down the right side, this grey bar here, we have a menu button. We can scroll between our view presets. This is a padlock. This one here, if I zoom in on the machine, this button here will sort of scroll across the bucket points of interest. So left, right, middle. Sound, this is a preset button for a topo shot. This 3D perspective view of the bucket would take you into the Dig Assist menu. So if you were changing a bucket, for instance, but I think with the latest version 3.1, if you disengage the hitch lock, then the bucket menu will pop up automatically. The last icon here, this symbol just represents if the automatic system is being used. So let's look at the bottom bar. What we have here, this is our vertical offset. So you can see there's kind of a little grader up and down arrow with a line running horizontally. If we tap the number, we can see we have a minus 30mm elevation. I could zero that to match the design, or I could match the height of the bucket there. So I can just zero or tap in and say I'd like a minus 1 meter offset of the surface, and that's just displaying it here. And ignore what you're seeing in the cut and fill value here because it's a simulator, but this is just telling us our dig to depth there. We've got a current cut of 2.44 meters, and to the right we have our cross section grade of design. Sorry, buckets. That's the bucket at the top, and this is our design. Cross section of the design there. Relevant to the bucket is 2.67%. So to move on, let's go to menu and we go to view, and this here is where we can start customizing the screen to your preference. So I'm just going to go my typical setup. So I'll go to layout, I'll go to edit. And then here, this is just displaying the real estate on the screen, showing you what you can change and where it will be placed. So if I tap in this overview, I can change it to have plan, profile, section view, profiles, longitude view, or in line with the machine, and then a 3D view. I'll leave that there. I can have a grade indicator left, so I normally have this, as well as right. Select, press OK. And then this then subdivides the screen up, so we can configure it to include profile view, press OK, and my section view, and we get this. We get these icons here just to display what it means. So I press OK. Right then, so the grade indicators, they just indicate our cut and fill value. I can tap in them as well, and then I can change the band. So if we think of the red and the blue, there are extents of the grade, and then our on grade is the green band in the middle. So currently it's 1 meter above, 1 meter below. I can dial that in a little bit, so I could go 500 above, 500 below. That's a meter. Press OK, and then the band, as you can see, is just changed there, relevant to that. So the way it works, excuse me, I'm going to have to steer it by this. I'm going to move my boom up, arm in. Obviously, as we get closer to the surface, you can see the scales are moving, but the arrow where it indicates level is sort of staying put. So if I'm below surface, just looking at this area on the right of the screen, it's displaying that relevant to what's going on. Okay. So there are some options to add some additional shortcut buttons and information. So to do that, tap and hold in the screen. What I like to have is enable set points left, and what that is basically this up and down arrow. So it refers to the offset. So rather than having to tap the offset, if you just want to create your own quick button, at the moment it's moving in increments of 30 mil. That's pre-configurable by tapping the screen as we did. Go into set points, enabling it left, but then you can also change the increment. So if we do something that makes a bit more sense, so say 100 mil. Actually, I'll tell you what, let's do 1 meter. I've now changed each one of these button presses to offset the surface by a meter. And that vertical offset here can be changed to, if I slew the machine, let's get a side slope. So just looking at this yellow line here, we can see it's a vertical offset. If you want to change that to perpendicular, i.e. 90 degrees to the surface, if you go to control, elevation reference, and you can go to normal to surface, and then it's just taking a perpendicular offset. But normally, generally speaking, we will leave that as a vertical. So that's the set point. Some other options we have is we can add some display text. So a new display text gives us a box. You tap and drag that to wherever you want it to be. I always like to see, this is from my days with using a GPS rover, I like to see the RMS, root mean square precision of the vertical, GPS quality should I say. So I'll keep that up there, although you can rely on the green bar for quality at the bottom. I always like to see a number. I'm going to add another 3 text boxes, should I say, at the bottom. Drag them into place, tap and hold, and then I can choose any one of these text bits of information. So I'm going to go cut and fill middle, this one here, I'm going to go cut and fill right of bucket, and then no surprise there, I'm going to go left. So at the moment we're using our point of interest on the bucket as the middle, but I can ascertain our height of the bucket left and right by looking at these numbers at any one point. So that's my preference of my normal view. That's a bit of an overview of the various numbers and indications and colours and stuff we see on screen. One thing to say is you can go to view and you can create as many as you want. So I could have a new view here for whatever reason. I could have, let's have a look, just go for one plan view, press OK. In this instance, I'm going to use the steering light bar at the top and press OK. And then it's left the space for the light bar there. And I can see the machine if I track that forward. Up it goes. And then this button here, like I say, that will flip between your presets. So there we have it.